Cinnamon toast is a tasty, semi-healthy, cheap breakfast, and it doesn't take too long to cook. It's great for snacks or supper or even a lunch. So the history of a lot of these, the butter, it's made up of about a 1% curd of milk, about 3% salt, 16% water, and about 80% butter fat. And it's been around forever. People in India churned butter from the milk of buffalo all the way back as 2000 BC. So it's been around for a while. The cinnamon is made from the inner bark of branches of the cinnamon laurel tree. It grows in tropical regions such as the Malagasy Republic, Sri Lanka, and the southwestern Indies. And then your sugar comes from sugar cane and sugar beets. Sugar also furnishes energy. It's the highest food source of energy. It has glucose and such things in it. The sugar is not too unhealthy. 1 tablespoon, which what we will be using, a little bit over a tablespoon, is about 46 calories. So it's not too much. And the bread we'll be using is 70 calories per slice. So it's not too unhealthy of a meal. The bread is the oldest of all foods manufactured by man. Egyptians are usually credited for making the first leavened bread. If you'd like a light toast, barely cooked, which only takes about 30 seconds, you could put it all the way over to pastry light. And it has a little timer in there, and you push this down, it'll take about 30 seconds and it'll cook it. If you'd like it a little hotter and a little bit more burnt, move it over to this side. But I prefer it a little bit right in the middle, a little on the burnt side. That way the butter melts inside the bread, and the cinnamon can melt inside the butter, which gives an extra tasty appeal. The toaster heats the bread through electric coils inside the toaster, and the electric coils heat the bread. We're using 1 tablespoon of sugar. Just take any cup or anything you can stir sugar and cinnamon, and it doesn't matter how big or how large. Just a little bit more than a spoonful. And then you just take, your mom probably has cinnamon laying around the house in the kitchen. And you don't want to use the pour. You would like to use the shaker, that way you can manage how much you put in and you can't overflow on it. And stir around, so you like it a little bit more on the brown side than you would the white side. After you stirred it around, you put the butter on the knife before the toast pops. That way, as soon as the toast pops, you can place 1 toast on the plate and put the butter on before the toast gets too cold. That way the butter melts inside and the other one's still heated inside. Okay, toast pops. Place the butter on the toast. Make sure you get a lot on there because you want enough left over after it's melted in the bread. And you leave that one inside. You do not bring them both out at the same time. That way that one's still being heated by the leftover heat in the toaster. Then you bring the other piece out and let this one melt a little bit. You wait a couple seconds, and as you can see, it's melting very nicely inside, and there's still excess butter left up on top. Bread, make sure you get the corners. That's an important part. Take your bowl, and the best way is just to sprinkle it on a little bit. So you put a lot more on than you need. That way it melts in a little bit, and you're not wasting any, because then you just take the bread and you dump what you have left over on the other bread, so you're not wasting anything. As you can see, the brown cinnamon has already melted into it for a delectable appetizer. Put a little bit more cinnamon on this one. and your breakfast is ready to go. 6 minutes.